Hi, I'm Alex Palt, and I'm here at the Things Conference in Amsterdam, Netherlands, with Senthooran, Ragavan with Laird. I apologize, Senthooran. I don't want to screw up your name too badly. My apologies.
Yeah, I think my name is Senthooran, but it's easier to call me Sen. It's Sen Ragavan, so everyone calls me Sen. So, yeah.
Okay, Sen, thank you. So now, let's get to the point here. We're talking about the LoRaWAN ecosystem. We're talking about connectivity.
Yes.
When you think about it and what you've seen with the development of this ecosystem, this community, since you've been involved, you're relatively new to this community, if I may.
Yes. So I've been with Laird for 3 to 4 months now. But I've been in this industry for about almost 10 years.
Okay. With the LoRaWAN community?
Yeah, I think from the beginning itself, I was been involved. But specifically with Laird, I've been with 4 months now. But yeah, I think I've seen it grow, competing with other technologies and becoming a winner. So I've always backed LoRaWAN as the winning standard, the winning protocol. But then I can see how it has grown up to now. So from maybe 5, 6 years ago, with being like a startup with so much. So less number of people who taking up it, from now where you can see thousands of people attending a Things conference. So this is the LoRa world. So yeah, I can see how it has grown and how it has kind of bear fruit. So yeah.
Now, when you think about it from what you've seen you were saying you've been with it for a few years. From the early days, how have you seen it develop since the early days in your observations?
Yeah, in the early days, I think. There was only one player, so Semtech driving it, and I think there was only about 3 or 4 device manufacturers in the market, and they were pushing their products heavily. Bluetooth, Zigbee, they were kind of leading at that time, but I think there came a point where which LoRa emphasized, that it is low power and long range. So that is the attractive point that the LoRaWAN brought into the market, and as you can see. Now there's about, if you even go around the exhibition center, you see 50 different device manufacturers. The Wall of Fame has a whole lot of manufacturers. We have a product in there as well, which Laird kind of manufacturers, the sensors and the hardware, and the modules that we do as well. So yeah, we cover all bases, and we have seen it grow kind of leaps and bounds as well. So yeah.
Well, so why don't you tell me a little bit about that, Sen? The array of solutions that Laird has got, because Laird has got a lot of fingers and a lot of pies. They're doing wireless connectivity, optical transceivers, yes. Antenna technologies. So how is it gelling for Laird?
Yeah, I think to talk about Laird a bit is, I think we simplify wireless connectivity. So that's our kind of our motto. So what we do is we make it easier for the customer to develop a wireless product or a wireless solution or IoT solution based on our devices. So as you know, we have been very much there with Bluetooth modules, so we are very highly regarded. Wi-Fi modules, we are one of the leaders in the Wi-Fi modules. SOMs, internal antenna, so that's what we have kind of provided. And we have also got a range of LoRaWAN modules now, I think, which has been in the market for the last 4 or 5 years. And at the same time, we are also into LoRaWAN devices sector now. So although not an extensive range, we are kind of starting to step into the business as well. So we have an RS1XX device, which has a temperature probe in it, and another device which has an internal sensor and a humidity sensor in it. And we also have a gateway, which is TTN enabled. So, if you're going to, join the TTN network, it's easier for us to use our gateway and kind of join it in. So that's where we are. We are doing a lot more, but that's where we are now for the time being.
Well, one of the more popular questions that I've been asking today, are there any specific application verticals that you're seeing a lot of growth in?
Yes. So for us, Laird specifically, we have been doing good in cold chain monitoring, and specifically, what we do is design services. We offer design services, so we customize the product for the customer's needs. So we relabel it, we change the color. So those kind of services we provide. So we have seen a lot of success in that sector in cold chain monitoring and with our RS1XX sensor devices. And what that also brings in is with the gateways as well. We have done the same thing with gateways. And I think we have also kind of got some level of market capture on Legionella compliance, and then medical storage kind of monitoring, room temperature monitoring, and as well as a truck refrigerator temperature monitoring. So those kind of things we are involved, but the most success is cold chain for the time being.
Very cool. Now, when you think about that, Sen, are there any specific areas that require more hands-on help? You know what I mean? Some areas the people are very familiar with the infrastructure or they're working with the solutions. And then there are some they're like, we don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think mainly with LoRaWAN sensor or LoRaWAN deployments, what people tend to struggle is, sensor to that server, that architecture. So that's where people tend to struggle. And I think that's where we kind of recommend TTN as well with our devices, because it makes it easier. So this is probably customer feedback for us, where they say that when you deploy a sensor with a TTN network, it makes it very easier for them. The term they kind of exactly say is it makes it a million times easier for them, because they don't really need that Linux developer capability within the organization. So that's where I think most difficulty is, and that's where I think TTN kind of plugs in and helps the customers to quickly deploy and understand better.
Excellent. So now, let's look a little bit farther forward. Where do you see the expansion occurring? Or do you see it occurring evenly? Or do you see areas where you're going to see greater areas of expansion? And it could be either an app area or a technical area. Feel free to decide for yourself how to talk about it.
I think LoRaWAN, I think there's going to be a very good expansion. I think we have seen reports, we have seen researchers, and we can see that LoRaWAN is clearly winning outside of the mainland China. And what we also see is a lot of requirements coming in from smart environment and smart agriculture. So those kind of areas. So what we think is, that's where we're going to grow, and smart medical as well. So that's where we're going to grow, and I think the world is going to grow there as well, and we're going to kind of support those industries as well.
Well, that's really interesting when you think about all of that, and especially in the case of medical. But there are also some aspects, if you think about medical or military, that they're very technically mature markets. So they kind of have like a wireless infrastructure already established in some areas. How do you address that?
No, I think even with military and medical markets, they are kind of matured. But I think even they are looking for low-cost solutions to deploy. So, for example, in military, they are going for what they say is COTS, so cost-effective solutions. So this is where I think things are going. And when they kind of are looking for saving money, bringing down cost, and this is where I think these kind of consumer devices play a big role in. So I think that's where we are targeting, and that's where we're trying to get in.
So what's next? Where are you headed with this whole thing?
There's a lot of research we are going in the background. I'm not in the position to reveal anything this time, but surely this time next year, I will have some good news.
Very cool. Do you have any last words for our audience before we let you go? I know you're busy and there's a big thing going on, but I might as well use you while you're here.
I think it's been a great event. So I've been going around visiting a lot of people, getting a lot of knowledge, and it's been great for me to kind of come here. So this is my first TTN event, although I've been involved for a very long time. But yeah, it's been great to be a part of this.
Well, I'm really glad you came this time so we can have a chance to chat.
It was great to chat with you, Alex.
Pleasure was mine. And I'd like to remind everybody that the next person on is Josh Cox from Oxit, and we're going to talk about LoRaWAN products in today's marketplace.